Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where I am going to be doing a reaction to Lucy 2 today. However, just so you know, it's not really today. This reaction was filmed last month, just before our channel got closed down, and therefore I was never able to post this. So as a result, the format was slightly different then. So what you're going to see now is I'm going to go back to that footage I filmed a month ago that's never been posted online of me doing the reaction and review. If you want to see the reaction segment, though, which we can't post online now, click the little link in the description below, and that'll take you to a separate player where you can watch the reaction and then come back to the review. Anyway, here we go. This is my reaction and review in 2 parts to Lucy 2. Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where we're going to be checking out a little bit more of the band Lucy 2. Now, Lucy 2 has been quite a strange experience thus far, because I've quite enjoyed them, but they're not usually the sort of sound I'd go for. I am one of those people, I'm into virtually every style of music. I mean, I've worked with songwriting, worked with artists for so long that you kind of come to appreciate the different styles and things that come into them. However, usually the sort of Lucy 2 sound is quite, should we say, quite evocative of what a lot of bands are doing at the moment. You know, they kind of have that clean guitar jangle. This is very popular sort of, I guess we'd say indie sounding timbre that these Japanese bands, a lot of them have at the moment, which I think comes off the back of things like, you know, famous bands like Bumper Chicken, Mr. Children, more recently things like Radwimps. You know, that sort of jangly sound is quite popular. But Lucy 2 usually do it in, shall we say, even more of a mellow way. They're quite a mellow sounding band. However, I've just been kind of taken by a lot of their songwriting style. They just seem to have this ability to string together a song that knowingly kind of works. And they have some nice videos as well. The videos tend to have character. So it's one of those groups who it almost seems like it shouldn't be something that I would normally be into. And yet I can just kind of appreciate that it works. And it's always kind of interesting seeing what you're going to get from them next. So this is a song called Lucky that was recommended for me to check out. And I'm going to check this out now. And we're going to talk more afterwards. But like I say, as always, music is objective, subjective, whatever you want to do with it. Just so long as you like it, you like it. I'm really looking forward to this, but we'll have a good honest discussion about it afterwards. And then we can talk about it more in the comments. Here we go. Lucky by Lucy 2. All right, yeah, this definitely deserves a coffee. This is a branded coffee, so I'm going to hold my hand around it because we don't get paid on this channel. We're not monetized and we're not sponsored, so I'm going to make sure that you don't see the brand. Okay, what can we say about this? Okay, I really like that, but I need to justify a few things first of all. Now, obviously, the one that we can all come off of saying is that is less than 2 minutes long, which is nothing wrong with that. For one, I really like songs that are short and condensed and make their point really easy. I mean, this one, it just seemed that musically there wasn't a huge amount, but they just found something that worked. And anyway, if you've ever been in a band, or it be a garage band or any type of band, we've all had that moment where you just hit like a 4-chord stride and just, you know, someone sings a melody and you're like, yeah, this is working. And you just sort of run it through and you're like, that's enough. You know, you don't need to develop it. This song just works as being a simple one. And, you know, so on that level, yeah, I actually really like this song. I think it makes its point. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It doesn't try to be something it's not, and it works. It's not quite catchy enough for me to understand why you would perhaps make it a single. I don't know if there's a reason why this was sort of released as a special thing or something like that. I mean, the video was really nice as well. I think the video helped keep things lively because the camera was moving nice and quickly around. The surroundings were bright clothes, bright lights and everything. And, you know, they were performing with a lot of energy. This, although again, it still had their sort of mellow, jangly, singing smoothly sort of vibe, it did have a good bit of bounce to it as well. You know, it felt like it was about as hyperbolic and as crazy as you would expect from a band like Lucy 2. But it was just really charming. You know, it just had a real sense of charm. It was easy to follow. It didn't get annoying that they were doing the same chord pattern over and over again because it was played with a sort of a nice skip to it. They had the little bit where he stuck down to, you know, stop strumming and went to like just stabbing the notes. Dun-dum, dun-dum. Halfway through, you had that cool little bass run that the cameraman showed. My vocal representations of musical instruments, as always, classic, and as always, totally perfect. Yeah, this was just very likable, and yet not quite enough of a melody, or not quite enough of anything to make it, you know, like memorable. It's not one of those ones where you go, oh yeah, I've got to check that out again. It's just, it's there and it's gone. And for the sub 2 minutes that it exists, it's a real slice of joy. And yet it doesn't seem to do anything that's going to definitely make you come back to it. I was actually, at the time when I noticed the length of it, I just sort of suddenly went into my head as like, what other songs are this length and this famous? Of course, there are some really famous short ones. I mean, the classic one, which I sometimes go back to when we're talking about simple short songs, Song 2 by Blur, clocking in at 2 minutes. I think it's 2 minutes and 2 seconds actually. But yeah, clocking in at basically 2 minutes. And that song has pretty much, with the exception to there's like a little post-chorus bit, it's basically just the same thing round and round again. That song, however, song 2, the whole woohoo thing, that's the reason why you come back to that, is because it has that weird individual unique thing that makes it memorable, that makes it stick with people. This is kind of that same philosophy of doing something simple, impactful and short, and yet it's not so much got anything particularly memorable about it as just, like I say, while it exists, it's pleasing. It's it's very special and very unique in it. And this is why, like I said, this is a charming song. I really like this song because you can't criticize it, because it's not asking you to take it as anything more than it is. It's around for less than 2 minutes. It has no qualms about being simple. It shifts up its formula just enough to let you know that they're not being lazy. It's impossible to criticize this because they give you only as much as you require and no more. And that's a very interesting thing to be able to say. Yeah, so like I said, I think I kind of hit on the only real thing that we can say about this a few minutes ago, but I'm going to say it again. Impossible to criticize, because all this really is 2 minutes of really, really nice little forgettable, but very, very enjoyable sound. It's a 2 minute pick me up. Actually, you know what? Covering it with my hand, it is this. It is exactly the same thing as this. I'm really glad I brought this in now. It is, less than 200 milliliter shot of coffee that cheers you up. This is the perfect metaphor. I knew that drinking coffee from a can all the time would finally pay off. No brand sharing, I swear. Yeah, so there it is. This is coffee in a can. And I, therefore, can't help but love it and be slightly addicted to it. So anyway, for now from Japan, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, get in there. Tell me in the comments what you think. Did you like this? Did you not like this? Do you think that it works? Do you think it's a cop-out? I'm sure some people would. Or do you think it's just something that we need to see more of in the music industry? To a degree, I kind of think we would like to see more bands do little things like this, just little slices of joy that, are so small and so direct and to the point that there's just no room for any form of pretentiousness at all, no pretension, whatever you want to call it. So whatever the word is. So like I say, I really enjoyed this and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys' opinions. Certainly, as always, if you want to give more song suggestions for me to check out, remember the Reddit suggestion thread is linked in the description below, as well as our Discord if you I can't speak today. Discord if you just want to talk about music with us for 24/7, as we're always talking on there. And remember as well, a big thank you to our patrons who keep this channel looking as good as it does this year and keep it running. We ain't monetized. You guys pay for my coffee, you pay for my posters, you pay for all of these things that are just a little bit too much for me to get by on my paltry little income. So thank you. I sounded really like I was doing one of those charity appeals. Apologies. So for now, from Japan, thank you so much for tuning in. Until I see you hopefully soon on the next video. Ciao, ciao.